Peace, 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 love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Let me make sure my everything is right here, okay? I'm kind of loud up here, so let me turn it down. Let me know once y'all get in the building, if you can hear me and if you can see me. If I'm too loud, let me know. If I can adjust my mic. Y'all climb on in the building. We got something very, very, very special for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about mono fasting on watermelons, you know. Shouts out to my brother, Bobby Smith. He going all in on nothing but watermelons. He remind me of how I was when I first got on my healing journey, and I had to heal that heart disease. I had to heal that kidney disease. I had to get rid of that scar tissue on my heart. I had erectile dysfunction. I mean, diabetes, everything was going on with me, and I literally had to jump on a mono fast. Only thing he's doing different is I did completely juice. I mono juice the whole time. Now, don't get me wrong, I did mess up in between time, but he's on all watermelon. And you know, everybody saying they can hear me? Okay. Perfect. Shalom, Lakai. Peace to the guys, peace to the earth. You know, and I've been seeing everybody talking about my brother. They've been going in. It's even famous comedians, everybody sharing Bobby Smith, everybody talking about him. Everybody is wild. Like, this don't go on. Like, people don't mono fast. And it's crazy how much attention he's getting. That let us know how much knowledge we lack as a collective in the community. So we're gonna bring him on. We're gonna talk about watermelons. We're gonna talk about what his body is going through. I'm gonna show y'all some before and after pictures of me and what my body went through. Cause you know me, I was coming from 260 pounds all the way down to 143. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Now I average out about 155, 160, but I went through that same exact thing that he's going through now, healing his body of diseases using the fruits of Mother Earth, y'all. And it happens, you know, healing testimonies after healing testimonies. We're going to show y'all that as well. Everybody know that I used to have a YouTube channel before this one, and it got taken down. And the reason why I got taken down was because of all of my healing testimonies. So we've been throwing all of our healing testimonies up on Rumble. Go to Rumble, just type in Yahki Awaken. It's a bunch of fakes, you know, up there now saying Yahki Awaken Hickman and all of that. I'm just Yahki Awaken. And check out all the healing testimonies on Rumble. I'm sorry, but I can't put them up on my YouTube because they will jeopardize the YouTube. If y'all ready, y'all got y'all pens and y'all pads, type in some nines, and look, let's get it in. We finna go in on watermelons. We're gonna talk about the botany of watermelon. We're going to talk about the physiology of watermelon. We're going to talk about its healing constituents. We're going to talk about the chemical composition. We're going to talk about what it does when it enters the body. We finna talk about everything. About time we get done with this podcast today, if you are not 100% sure about watermelon, I talk wrong today. That's how confident I am when it comes to the science, the biochemistry, and the botany of what I be talking about. After me and Bobby get done today, if you're not 100% convinced, if you don't have the motivation, or if you don't have the strength to get up and say, you know what, I'm finna at least try this mono watermelon fast, I did a bad job. All right, so type in some nines. All right, perfect. All right, Bobby, I'm finna bring you on in, brother. And, you know, introduce yourself to them. Let them know how you even got in contact with me, how you got on your journey, you know, really walk them through everything. And we're going to go from there, brother. So I'm finna change the actual camera to you. Make sure y'all like these posts. Make sure y'all comment and share, y'all, so we can keep stuff like this going on. All right, Bobby, it's on you, brother. Take it away, King.
What up, family? What's up? Glad you got me on, man. Glad to be here with you, family.
All praises, brother. Hey, before he get going, let me know if y'all can hear Bobby well or not.
Yes. Please.
Speak to him, Almighty.
Y'all hear me out there. Y'all hear me. Type in them nines. Let's get it in. Share. What up? So they said they can hear me good. They said I'm echoing.
Yeah, they say you echoing, but you don't sound that bad. If y'all can't, I mean, he's not in a, I know I spoil y'all a lot. He's not in a podcast studio like mine. He don't have these short mic. He's not in a $120,000 studio. So if y'all can hear him and it ain't echoing that bad, let us know so we can keep going.
Okay. They said I'm good now. Okay. So I'm gonna just get straight to it. Okay. So is we good?
Yeah, go ahead. They can hear you.
Okay. So look, I appreciate you, family, because what happened was I was an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? I was going through a lot, and I was living bad, man. Out here doing drugs. I was doing ecstasy. I was the type of alcoholic to where like I was setting my alarm clock to go get alcohol. 5:30 a.m. in Ohio, they started selling it. I'm at the store getting it. And it got to a point in my life where I felt like if I drank one more bottle of alcohol, I was gonna fade away, man. I was gonna fade away. It got that bad. And I remember in January of 2022, I reached out to you through email, and I was like, Yahki, man, I'm an alcoholic. I was like, man, I'm doing real bad. I was like, I'm overweight. I was like, I got real bad acne. I was like, I'm ready for a change, man. What I need to do?
I actually remember the email, brother. No bull. I actually remember that email. It was a long email, but the reason why I remember it because how honest you was. A lot of people email me, and even though they looking for help, they still are very, very dishonest in the help that they need. So they try to throw like a sugar-coated curveball to getting a healing. But I remember yours because you was so blatantly plain with what was going on. You was like, bro, I'm an alcoholic. I feel like I'm dying. I need help, brother. What's up? You know what I'm saying? I actually remember that, brother.
Yeah. Like you got back at me. You was like, look, go on the all fruit diet, give my 3 bitters, and get it in. Make sure all your fruit is mostly citrus. And at the time, I didn't even go into the citrus. I just started juicing all type of shit, all type of juice and all type of apples and cucumbers, whatever I could get my hands on. So what happened was I started doing all that juice. And from like February of 2022 to May, I lost like 30 pounds. And I'm like, man, it's working. But at the time, I was still doing alcohol. I mean, not alcohol, but I was still doing ecstasy pills, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, and all of that. And by May, though, I was like, when I seen that I lost 30 pounds, I'm like, if I could get to under 200 pounds before May, I'm going in. And that's what I did. I stopped doing everything, man. I stopped doing the cigarettes, the weed, everything. And I just went in full time with this. And I started observing fruit, studying fruit, start watching all your videos and reconfirming everything to myself that I was doing the right thing. And as I start feeling better and losing more weight and gaining more clarity and gaining more understanding, I was like, this is what I'm about to do. So in September, I went full throttle. I stopped eating cooked food. I went all fruit. I started doing challenges, like 30 days of all smoothies. And then I started like challenging other people with me. We making challenge groups and stuff. And that's where it started at. And in January, I did 50 days of oranges. And I just started training myself.
You did an orange fast too? Bro, I did 90 days on oranges, bro. I did 90 days on oranges. I was rapping with Dr. Morris, and he was talking about how he went on a orange fast and basically how it electrified them. And he said he seen God on an orange fast. So me and my woman at the time, we was in Kissimmee, Florida, bro. And we went to Kissimmee, Florida. And while we was in Kissimmee, Florida, bro, I literally brought all the oranges, bro. I literally had like 300 oranges and like 300 grapefruits, bro. I did nothing but oranges and grapefruits for 90 days, brother. No bull. I had a vision out of this world on them grapes. I mean, on the grapefruits and on them oranges. I'm going to tell you my vision. I'm going to let you get back to it. And this is why I want to talk about the spirituality that comes from eating a all fruitarian diet, brother. How it really, it raises your consciousness and it raises your vibrations to such a high level that you able to mingle, or what I would say entangle yourself with different dimensions of densities. So I was so energetic, bro, I couldn't stay in my body for them 90 days. I was so energetic that I could not stay in my body. I kept having outer body experiences, bro. No bull. So one day I had an outer body experience, and when I had this outer body experience, I ended up in this place, bro. I thought I was in hell. Because at this time I was deep into the Hebrew Israelite movement. So at this time I'm believing in hell. I'm believing that you can go to a place where you will burn in fire forever. And I don't know if it was something deep within my subconscious mind, because I was living a double-minded life. You know, I wasn't being true to myself. Even though I was true to my diet, I wasn't being true to myself. Bro, I ended up in this place where it was so hot, bro. It had to be at least 400 degrees. I remember walking down the street, bro, and I had on some Air Maxes. And it was so hot in this dimension that the rubber from my sole on my Air Maxes was melting me to the concrete. So I'm walking and I literally have to pick my feet up real hard to peel the rubber from the concrete because it's so hot. And I remember getting dehydrated. I was so dehydrated, bros, and I felt like I was choking because my throat was turning into it felt like my throat was turning into sand. So I start running, and I remember I ran past this house, and it was these 2 white children out playing basketball. No bull. And it was weird as hell because when they was bouncing the basketball was getting stuck to the concrete because it was so hot there. And I remember he passed it to me, and it burnt my hands, and I tried to shoot a shot, and it stuck to the back of the basketball ring. That's how hot it was. So I said, man, I'm thirsty. I need something to drink. Mind you, I'm not asleep. I'm not dreaming. I'm in an outer body experience on the fruits. Show you how fruits will teach you a lesson. There's information inside of fruits where fruits will mold and shape your genes and show you who you are, for you can beat who you are, for you can beat your old self, or for you can die daily. So look, anyways, I'm dehydrated. The basketball thing tripped me out. I'm scared as hell because I don't know where I'm at. And mind you, I astral project all the time, but I don't know what place I'm in this time. And I did it I wasn't able to control this one. So they invite me in the house. The 2 white people invite me in the house, and it was this family. The family was weird as hell though. But all of them had familiar spirits, like I knew them from a past life, or I knew them from somewhere, bro. So I sit down at the table with them, and I'm like, look, I'm thirsty. Could y'all please bring me something to drink? So the father of the house ended up bringing me a glass of water. Bro, the glass of water boiling to the point it's bubbling outside the glass. And I'm like, I'm so thirsty. I'm drinking it anyway, and it's burning my throat more and more and more. So then it was a pause, bro, and they gave me the weirdest look, and it scared the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna lie. And they looking at me crazy, and I'm like, why y'all looking at me like that? They was looking at me like they was finna eat me or something to make me dinner. And the child, it was a 3-year-old. He had a knife. He started stabbing me. No boy, he started stabbing me. Bro, look, if you think I'm lying, I have a Facebook post for 4 years ago. 4 years ago, just type in Yahki outer body experience, bro. I typed it out and apologized to everybody, and this is why. So the 3-year-old started stabbing me with the knife. Then the daddy came and he started hitting me with pots and pans, and all of them jumped on me and started stabbing me and beating me and burning me, and they was killing me. So while they killing me, bro, I'm calling on God. I'm like, God, come help me. Get me out of this. Get me out of whatever dimension I'm in. Snatch me up out of this mud. Bro, and mind you, I only astro traveled one time since then. That's how fucked up it messed me up. I only astral traveled one time since then off them fruits. So they beating on me, they stabbing me, bro, they messing me up. I feel like I'm dying. No bull. I said, why y'all doing this to me? And the father, the leader of the house, said, you don't know who we are? And I said, no. And then they start bringing up things on what I did to them. So it was basically my karma coming back to get me. You know what I'm saying? And what was crazy is, even though they was beating me and stabbing me and stuff like that, I ain't never stabbed nobody, but the stab felt like heartache. It felt like pain. It felt like disloyalty. It felt like, disobeying a pact that I had with somebody. So even though they was beating me and stabbing me, it didn't feel painful. It felt like heartache. It felt like something that I did to somebody else. So the father of the house was like, you don't remember you did this to me? And I remembered the person that I did it to, and I'm not going to get that deep into it. And then the 3-year-old was like, you don't remember you neglected me? And no bull. This is when I was a bad father. And I remembered I missed my 3-year-old birthday, bro, my son. So, and this personal experience, bro. And I'm like, dang, I missed my 3-year-old birthday. So that 3-year-old that stabbed me with the knife was my son. That father that said I was disloyal was a homeboy that I grew up with, and he doing 48 years now in the penitentiary, but I went there for him his first 10 years in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I literally went to this place and met my karma, but I didn't think it was my karma. And I think, I used to have a very bad problem with racism. I did not like white people. So I was thinking the reason why they appeared white is because the grudge and the vendetta that I had against Caucasians. Because these are people I hurt. That's my complexion. But in the astral travel plane, they Caucasian. Not only that, bro, I'm inside of this mug being beat, burned, and they trying to kill me. And then they telling me why they trying to kill me. And it's all the stuff, the hurtful things that I did to my people that I call family, bro. No bull, man. I started crying, bro. And I screamed and I just started apologizing. I started apologizing to everybody, bro. I'm apologizing to the 3-year-old because I knew that was my son. I knew I was a bad father to him. I knew I wasn't there. I started apologizing to my brother because I knew we was boys and he called my mama, but he got locked up on that murder and I didn't send him nothing. I didn't write him anything. I was just a bad person, bro. Super bad, bro. And I went through all of my cleansing, but I never sat down with myself and apologized to these people, even though I had my health in order. So that was the fruits telling me, don't misuse me and don't mistreat me. How is you leveling up? You looking good, you healing the world, but you haven't healed yourself inwardly yet. Bro, so I apologize to everybody, and I'm like, God, get me back to my get me back to my body. I finally came back to my body, bro, and this is no bull. The woman I was with at that time, bro, she can attest to this. I had 106-degree temperature, bro. My skin was smoking. I was sweating, bro, bullets. I literally went to the emergency room, bro. I went to the emergency. I'm like, did y'all put some cocaine? Did y'all put something in these fruits? And it was literally just the fruits bringing me to my lowest self. So I can defeat my lower self. So I can cross that bridge and graduate into the man I am now. And I'm saying all this to say, you know, fasting ain't just about losing weight, bro. It's a spiritual exchange that go on here, and it's a spiritual maturity that go on with fasting and getting on these fruits and getting on these high level, fructose contents as well, because that's the experience that I had. I wasn't doing no drugs. I ain't taking no mushrooms. I was just on a 90-day orange and grapefruit fast from Kissimmee, Florida, and I experienced all that. And it's a bunch of other stuff that happened in between time, but it was just so personal that I ain't comfortable with sharing all of that. But yeah, man, so when you talk about fruits, bro, hey, trust me, your brother understand. I understand, bro.
Crazy because I heard about when I did the oranges, somebody had told me, like Dr. Morse and Yahki said they had a spiritual experience. We can't hear.
Can y'all hear now?
Can't hear anything. Can they see you?
Man, Facebook might be messing with us.
Yeah, I think so, man. They always do.
Can y'all hear us?
Sound came back. Yes, now we can.
Damn, did y'all hear the whole story?
Right.
Did y'all hear the story?
Yeah, they said they hear it. That's crazy. Facebook, man, I'm telling you, man, they be playing.
Man, this is crazy. So hold on, before we keep going, did y'all which part did y'all leave off on? We gotta ask that, Bobby. Which part did y'all leave off on in the
Right. They heard the story, they said.
Okay, so all right, now start back where we was talking about then. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so so when I did that led me to the watermelon though, because the oranges, I was like, I didn't feel like I got the full experience off of it. So when I went back, when I was doing the oranges, I told my girl, I was like, in June, I'm gonna do all watermelon.
Yeah,
and at the moment, I didn't even really believe that. But when it came around to do it, after I did my 30 days of smoothies, I was eating too many cashews and all of that. And I started feeling bloated, and I started feeling my shirts get tighter. And I was like, I'm about to cleanse with this watermelon. I'm going to go 70 days. And I just threw that number out there. And what happened is, once I started doing it, man, I started feeling so good and going through so many experiences.
Powerful.
And one night, bro, this is real talk. Me and my girl was on the phone, and I was talking to her, and we was talking about moving into a house and buying land and stuff. And I walked into a house. I was just sitting there daydreaming, and I walked into the house. I seen the house. I seen all the land. I looked around, and I was there, and it felt so real. And I had this appreciation for it that it just overcame me. I'm like, and it's like I had it, and I appreciated it so much. And man, I just started crying. Like it was so intense, like waves of emotion.
So I was muted, bro. So I don't know, man. Is we good, y'all? Echo gone? All right, go.
They said there's no sound now. So is it just me, or is it both of us?
Nah, we on, bro. I'm looking at our mics on, so they saying good. He's back.
Okay.
Hey, forgive us, y'all. It ain't us. It gotta be Facebook. It ain't us, y'all.
Facts. Okay.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Okay. So yeah, man, I had these emotions going over me, and I was there, and I felt, and when I started crying, man, I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop no matter what I did. And at the end of the cry, when I got near it, like 10 minutes later, family, no lie, I started screaming like, I love myself.
Facts.
I love myself. And it was so crazy, man. And that's where I tell people all the time, like, when you get into this fruit eating and you start detoxing with these mono eating, it's an experience like no other. The weight becomes secondary.
Yeah.
And you start learning yourself more and more each day, man. And I've been learning so much about myself and my son. And I quit my job and got custody of my son, and just start trusting myself that we gonna make it.
Oh,
we
praise.
gonna be all right.
That's what I'm
And
talking
that's what
about.
that fruit do to you, man. That's what it do to you, family.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't understand, how powerful the watermelon is. If you actually look at the watermelon, it actually comes from the cucurbitale fruit family. It's called cucurbitale, and that's cucurbitales, cucurbitales. And the cucurbitales, notice it sounds like cucumber. That's because watermelons come from the cucumber family. A lot of people think that watermelons are older than cucumbers, and they not. Cucumbers are actually older than watermelons, and cucumbers have more water content than watermelon. Watermelon only has about 92% of H3O2 hydrogen bond water inside of them. But when you look at the cucumber have 99% water in them. So when you look at the cucurbits or the cucurbitale family, you have cucumbers, you have gourds, you have melons, squashes, you have pumpkins, zucchini, papaya. It's over 995 species that actually come from this melon family, So, when we talk about melons and we talk about their water content and what they do, they're super purgatory, and the reason why is because they high water content in all of the potassium and the magnesium that's inside of them. And I don't know if y'all realize or if y'all know it or not, but magnesium is very, very important to the body. One of the things it does is it relaxes the muscles. And then when magnesium mixes with calcium or calcite and potassium, or what they call potassium, it causes the muscles to contract. So we need magnesium to dilate our blood vessels and to constrict our blood vessels. And that's the reason why when you get on a high watermelon fast, the tannins inside of it, not only does it thins the blood, but it literally brings the circulatory up into a vibratory rate, and it heals the cardiovascular system. That's why most people that suffer from erectile dysfunction, or they're suffering from aneurysms, or suffering from any type of vital blockages in their arteries or in their vessels, when they get on watermelon fruit, these things go away because of all the magnesium and the potassium in them. And if y'all look at potassium K plus on the actual chemistry board, when you actually get into the chart, these things are highly electrical. Their conductivity is off the charts when we start talking about cations and anions, and we start talking about basically alkaline forming foods. So the watermelon is one of the most alkaline forming fruits on planet Earth. Not only that, it's so high in water content, H3O2 and not H2O, that you actually get all of the stimulation, and it opens up what you would call meridian pathways. It opens up the cells to purge the cells. Then you getting all this hydration and all these electrolytes. And let's not forget the magnesium, the potassium, the ascorbic acid. And ascorbic acid is nothing but vitamin C. And we see that vitamin C helps when it comes to so-called cancer. Vitamin C helps when it comes to these new epidemics that's going on around the world. I don't want to mention them because they're going to cut the channel off. So vitamin C, or ascorbic acid, we use that for our herpes patients. We see numbers go down dramatically when you load up on vitamin C. So if we talking about a all healing fruit that got all of the different electrolytes, the minerals, they got the H3O2, and they got the high water content that you need to actually break up solidification and calcification, brother, watermelon is the way to go. And I haven't even mentioned the bioflavonoids in them deals, like the tannins, the curatins. You know, we haven't even talked about the saponins and all these different things, these healing modalities that come with the watermelon. And then you ask yourself, dang, is this why the so-called slaves was on watermelons so much? Did they know something that we just now figuring out? You see what I'm saying?
Fact, man. Because and then what I didn't know about watermelon is the consistency of the energy that it gives you.
Oh, facts.
Like my energy levels is ridiculous. Like I can't, man. I outran my daughter in flip-flops to the store the other night.
Yeah.
Like late night, she's like, Dad, wait. And I got so much energy, man. When I go to sleep at night and I get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, it feels like I ain't even been asleep.
Yeah, but so the reason why you have so much energy is the high fructose content that's inside of it. See, people be acting like they know what they talking about when they don't know what they talking about when it comes to sugar. You know, I'm a biochemist and I've been doing this over a decade now, and I'm gonna show you pictures. I've healed my body. I had scar tissue on my heart. I had kidneys disease. I had hypertension. I had diabetes. I had a pancreas issue. I had a fatty liver. I had all of these things, and I healed all of these things on a high fructose liquid diet. I did 120 days on nothing but juices, and it wasn't vegetables. It was all fruits, high fructose. Fructose is what the body needs. It's essential for the body. Matter of fact, your sperm only deals with fructose sugar. Your sperm doesn't deal with galactose, and your sperm doesn't deal with glucose. The only thing that can even feed the sperm cells or the seminal cells inside of your scrotum is fructose sugar. Another thing, the brain actually produces its own fructose sugar. Look this stuff up. These are new find. The brain actually produces and it literally seeks out to convert glucose over into fructose. So when you look at fructose, when you look at galactose, and when you look at glucose, these are what you would call monosaccharides. Our body needs monosaccharides for the electronic respiratory chain. This is how you yield ATP. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. This is your energy currency from the mitochondria. Without this energy currency, you can't yield your energy and vitality, which give you the signal to life. The best energy that you can get is fructose from your fruits. Second energy is glucose from your vegetables. You see that? And if you a baby, simple what you would call monosaccharides, which is galactose from mother's milk that come from out of the mammal that you came from, not another mammal. So fructose is the highest energetic currency on the planet other than breath, y'all. other than breath. And this shows you how essential breath work is too, because breath work brings you more oxygen and energy to form ATP and catalase to actually convert these things over into H2O2, hydrogen peroxidase, and all these other things that you need to open up the meridian pathways, to open up the NRF2 pathways to truly detoxify the body, to keep you in homeostasis with the environment. But what's going to give you energy, what's going to give you energy currency, what's going to keep you connected to the ether, what's going to keep you connected to the earth is fruits. Look at how fruits grow. Fruits grow the closest to the sun. And these are the foods that we need to be eating. Look at how grapes grow. Look at an apple tree. Look at mangoes. Look at coconuts. These things grow the closest to the sun. So the sun is giving it photosynthesis, giving it the H negative, O2, OH positive, all these biochemistry going through photosynthesis and literally chemically changing the molecular structure of the fruit to become energy and information for us to download and get. We are frugivores, and we done did so many different videos showing our physiology. We done did so many videos showing the science. We done put up so many healing testimonies. We doing healing testimonies on all fruits. We regenerating brain tissue. We regenerating and growing back thyroids on fruit, y'all. If you want something that can regenerate the tissues, something that can actually fuse the mind and kick on your cognitive functionings, plus actually bring on strong hydration, it's the fruit kingdom. And I'm not knocking vegetables. Vegetables cool, but vegetables are more of your rebuilders. Them fruits is what heals and what detoxify the body and get the job done when we talking about brain issues or no matter what type of issues you got. So we have to, us as a people, we have to quit regurgitating what we hear in the allopathic community say about fructose is high sugar. Fructose feeds diabetes. Every diabetic client that I ever had that I healed them on an all fruit diet. So it's certain things that you're going to have to start asking yourself, okay, if fructose is so bad for the body, and if fructose feed cancerous cells, and if fructose causes candida, and if fructose does all these things, then what about the actual experience and all the data that we got back from healing houses and healing testimonies showing how fructose bypassed the pancreas and go a lipid route, take the liver route. You know what I'm saying? And it fuses itself into the cellular mechanism. It doesn't need the beta cells that produce insulin to penetrate a cell. It infuses itself into the cell. Or talking about the high yielding units of fruits, how it yields 12,000 angstroms of energy. And then you go to vegetables that only yields 9,000 angstroms of energy. Then you get down to meat and grains, only 3,000 angstroms of energy. So we talking about the energetic currency, the energetic properties. We talking about how it opens up the meridian pathways. It open up all these eliminatory pathways inside of our cells, how it actually rinses and become a chelation to the cells. Man, that's fruits. Nothing else is doing it on earth, y'all. And I'm just keeping it real. Fruits, berries, and melons is where it's at. And you can't really knock it until you try it. So, you know, for all the people that's anti-fructose or think they know everything about fructose and that don't have the experience to speak on it, me personally, I suggest that you just be quiet until you go on this mono fruit fast or until you do a fruit juice diet. You shouldn't even say nothing because you don't have the experience nor the data to back up your claims. And we have to be careful with basically regurgitating our enemy's information. We got to come up with our own information by doing our own clinical trials of what it do to our own biology. So let's be careful about speaking on fructose when we know nothing about it. Now, you do have the hateful side of fructose, and that is high fructose corn syrup. That is basically when you isolate fruit. For instance, let's talk about the sugar cane, right? It's amazing to the body. It's amazing for libido in males and females. It's amazing for erectile dysfunction. It's amazing for the bloodstream. But the moment that you take the sugar cane to a laboratory and you abstract, you isolate the sugar cane out of the sugar out of the sugar cane and you burn it and then you process it, this sugar becomes a neurotoxin. See, that's the sugar y'all talking about. Y'all are talking about processed sugar that has been cooked. We're not talking about processed sugars. We're not talking about polysaccharides. We're not talking about disaccharides. Di means two. Poly means more than two. And then saccharides mean sugar. We're talking about simple sugar, monosaccharides that comes naturally in your fruit. God created it to be that way to give you power, to give you vitality, to give you energy straight from the vine or straight from the root. That's what we talking about. We're not talking about them extracting and isolating the sugar. Of course, that becomes a drug. That becomes a neurotoxin that messes up the actual nerves. It chew away at the nerves because it's very, very acidic. We see things like Parkinson disease come from that. We see things like multiple sclerosis come from that. We see things like neuropathy come from that. But this is when you're tankering with the molecules of a certain fruit or vegetables, and then you feeding me the isolation. We're not talking about feeding nobody the isolation. We talking about giving you this fruit in its holistic form. So now the sugar is the fruit not only going to come with its monosaccharide sugar, but it's going to come with amino acids to balance it out. Not only is it going to come with its amino acid, it's going to come with its gel-like H3O2 substance, its water, to balance it out. Not only that, it's going to come with all of its minerals and its electrolytes to balance it out. We're not isolating anything and giving it to you. And we're not gaining nothing from this. I don't grow watermelons. Do you grow watermelons, Bobby?
Nope, not at all.
So we is we making $1 off of this? I know I'm not. I don't sell fruit.
Nah. It's just doing my body good.
You see what I'm saying? So look, let's be careful about knocking the fructose if you don't know what you're talking about. So let's take it in. How much did you weigh before you came in on this diet? Me, I was 260 pounds, brother. I'm gonna show my pictures. How much did you weigh?
I was 268. So 8 more pounds than you were.
Dang, you was 8 more pounds than me?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I did not know that, man. I'm finna show some pictures, man. So what are you down to right now?
I'm at 124.
All right, so while I'm showing these pictures, I want to ask you a few questions because a lot of people are concerned. They say they're concerned about Bobby. Bobby is thin as hell. They saying it look like you're losing a bunch of muscle mass, which is rightfully so. So when you're going through a state of detoxification, the first thing you're going to lose is muscle, and because the body is just worrying about purging out all of the proteins and purging out all the excessive proteins, polysaccharides, polypeptides or lipids, any types of toxemias. Any types of adipose tissue cells. When you're going through a purge, the body is going to get rid of everything that it doesn't need in order for it to rebuild itself. And if you lose muscle the moment that you go on an all fruit diet, that should let you know how the body really doesn't need protein, family. This whole protein myth. So even though that you look the way you do, and I'm gonna show pictures because I look the same way, how do you feel?
See, that's the thing. I feel like $1 million bucks. You feel me? Like the way I move around, the way I feel like airy. You know what I'm saying? Like the lightness I move with is really you gotta experience it.
Yeah.
You have to experience it, man. And I feel incredible. I don't feel no sickness or nothing.
So just for the listening audience, you know that you can't be on fruit, just a mono fruit for the rest of your life, right? Fact. Like, you know, I just want them to see you say that. You know that you can't eat watermelons for the rest of your life.
Fact.
So it ain't like you made a pledge until the day I die, I'm only eating watermelons and nothing but watermelons.
No. I said I'm eating watermelon for 103 days.
Which is dope, man. Which is dope. Because I did nothing but juices for 120. Now, I'm lying if I say nothing because I did cheat every now and then. But for the most part, 99% of my fast to heal myself, I did nothing but juices and herbs, family. Nothing but juices and herbs. And I lost a lot of weight too, man. They thought I had AIDS. It was all types of jokes being cracked on me in the neighborhood of St. Louis, brother. So, you know, I see what you're going through, man. I wear that as a badge of honor because that means that the diet I'm on or the living I'm on was so impactful to me mentally that now it's trickling down to my physical physique. So when people was talking about me and people was ratting and raving and I was getting the attention to everybody in the neighborhood, man, I clapped for myself and gave myself a clap on my back. And then what's crazy is all of those people who talked about me, them was the same people that I healed first. No more, brother.
That's how it go too, man. That's how it go. And you know what? The crazy part about it is it makes me feel better. Like, because people don't realize when you come from being a fat man, you don't being called skinny ain't nothing.
Straight up. You feel
me? Like, I'm honored to be called skinny. I've been called fat my entire life.
Yeah, see,
so it's crazy how I went from fighting for fat people to now advocating for skinny people.
So what was your diet like, man, back then? What was your diet like?
Man, I was DoorDash and Wendy's and KFC every night. And for the most part, I would eat. I was a drunk eater, so I'm just eating when I'm just drunk. It's no matter what it is. So I ate everything. It wasn't no limit to nothing. So it was the alcohol, the drugs, and the food, all of it together, man. Ran every single day like clockwork. I would come home from work. I would put like one of those family meals stofers or something in the oven, and when it come out, I wouldn't even put it on the plate. I just eat it out the pan, drunk, go to sleep, wake up with heartburn, acid reflux. Having to throw up.
So my question is, are you dealing with any of those now since you actually been on the watermelon fast?
Man, I don't have nothing going on. Man, I tell them, I was going to the foot doctor every other week. The calluses on my feet are healed.
All praises, brother. And that's what happened to me, man. Like, I was jacked up, brother. Like, I thought I was gonna die, man. And I went on that, and I had these herbs that I made. I made my own formula, man. I straight healed my body, bro. I straight really heal myself. I remember I went back to the doctor, bro. I didn't have no more diabetes on all fruit juices. I didn't have no more scar tissue on my heart on all fruit juices and herbs. I didn't have fatty liver disease no more on all fruit juices and herbs. My kidneys was functioning at 100% on all fruit juices and herbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was jacked up, brother. I really was. And man, I had toenail fungus where my toenails was damn near black as this microphone. You know what I'm saying? And I even got rid of that on all fruit juices and herbs. And I use tea tree oil, oregano oil, sea salt, and warm water. And I brush my toes and my fingernails every day for about 30 minutes. And I got rid of all of that on fruit. So, you know, it hit harder when you experience it and you go through what I went through and what you going through now due to a person that never went through it and them on the outside looking in. And I think that's what it is. I think we need to be more, it need to be less educators and more experiencers, like I say all the time.
Yeah.
So look, let me show y'all. So look, this one of the pictures that I could find, man. I ain't gonna lie. I spent my life trying to erase all of my fat pictures, so I can't really find a lot of them because I was trying to get rid of that. I ain't want nobody to see me like that. But here go one of them right here, man. Notice I got a beer in my hand. This is my first set of locks. You see me, man? Hey, man, I was 255 pounds in this picture, man. I was on a yacht party in Miami. I was 255 pounds, bro. Like, I straight had man boobs, bro. I know people don't know this, but I had man boobs, brother. I straight had man boobs.
You gonna have a lot more than people realize, man. Legs rubbing together, all of that.
Yeah, so a lot of people can't find old pictures of me. I had Jay find one of these pictures. This is another one where I was super fat. I said, nah, man, I ain't finna show that. But this me, brother. I don't have to lie about my journey. This is a picture of me, 255 pounds, y'all. I'm 5'5.5". Do the math. And I used to always turn my body to how wide I was. So all my pictures, if you find any of my pictures, bro, they look like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I went on a fast and I did all the fruits and all of that, man. And then I turned out looking like this. Look how much I dropped. Look at my shoulders. Look at my arms. You see what I'm saying? Look at my eyes are way clearer. Skin is glowing, just like my skin is glowing now. So we really went through this. We really went through this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I will even show y'all my middle journey. Because my first 2 weeks, man, I had lost so much freaking weight. It blew my mind, man. And I posted a little bit of my journey.
That's crazy.
Yes, and bro, I went through 3 sets of locks in this time frame. So this when I start losing all of my weight. You can see I still had a little bit of belly fat down there. But bro, I was losing. You know what I'm saying? I went through I literally documented my whole journey. I just never showed the world because I was dead embarrassed at how I looked.
I ain't never seen you that small. Like in that last picture, I ain't never seen you that small.
Man, that was right after it, bro. But look, I got talked about so much, man. I had to get my weight back, man. I had to get my weight back. On this picture right here, brother, I was 143, brother. 143. No, my bad, 134. I was 134 on this picture. You can see all the bones in you can see how predominant my bones is, my facial structure. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't like to be that small. Me personally. Right. I just don't. I like the size I am.
How did you feel though when you was that small?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt amazing. But when I was looking in the mirror, I just, you know what I'm saying? My stomach was just too flat to me. I had an 8-pack. I actually had an 8-pack and everything. It just, I like looking, like me, I like looking broader. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got wide shoulders, so I like to see that. I had lost my bone density. My shoulders were small in that picture. My face looked as skinny. I just didn't like how I looked. Me, I like myself with a little weight. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God my thyroid works slow the way it does, and I don't metabolize my food super fast like other people, and I can maintain my weight on an all raw diet and stuff like that. But I'm just showing this picture to show you that I went through the same thing you went to when I went on all raw juices. Man, I lost so much weight, bro. I was skinny as a toothpick, brother. But you see the before pictures on what I came from. I was fat as hell.
Right. And see, that's the important thing. That's why I tell people all the time, don't be scared to go on the journey, because you got to go through that to truly heal.
Yeah, facts. I mean, these are the facts, brother. So, you know, you stopping at 103, right? Day 103. And which day you said you was at now?
I'm at day 71 today.
So you at day 71. You ain't got that long to go. I'm proud of you, brother. I want to say this. I'm proud of you, brother. I remember the actual email you sent me, and I remember me telling you what to do, bro, and you did it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people bullshit. You did it, bro, and I'm just looking at you, you know, so many months, so many years later, bro, and look at you, bro. You looking good. You know, so this is what I want to do for you. Once you done with the fast, we're gonna have to tighten up your skin. We're going to go after the thyroid, bring your thyroid back online. That's going to tighten up your skin, and then we're going to build some muscles. I think calisthenics would be very good for you. You start doing push-ups, sit-ups, and stuff like that to just build back up your molecular structure and get that skin back tight. Other than that, brother, keep doing exactly what you're doing. I love you, brother. I'm truly, truly inspired by you. You don't know. You think you inspired me. I'm inspired by you because you make me want to go back on one of them fasts, bro. I haven't did that fast in a long time. You know, we talking about damn near a decade ago when I went through my transformation. So you got me, I'm literally on a watermelon fast right now. Me and Jay, we on one right now. We are 4 days in. So you literally inspire me to get back on the fast. My problem is I don't like to look like a toothpick, and I ain't got no diseases to heal. So I'm like, why? I don't need to go on one. So for what you was going through, and for the things that you had coming up with inside of your biological clock, I think you're on the perfect diet to be on. You want to live it. For a person that's not going through the things that we was going through, you don't need to do a mono fruit fast. We not putting no pressure on you. But if you got some things you want to get rid of, and you want to get rid of these things quick, and you just want a healthy detox, and you want your mind right because you think clear as ever when you only eat in mono. And if you look into nature are mono eaters as well, especially when you get into the mammals. They mono eat as well. They only eat literally one thing. When they eating, they don't mix their food. You ain't gonna see cornbread next to the collard greens. You ain't gonna see a piece of chicken next to the cornbread. You ain't gonna have no ketchup to dip your fries in. If they gonna eat ketchup or tomatoes, it's gonna be tomatoes that whole day, or at least when they in that sitting. Then the next time they eat, they might eat something else. You know, you don't really see. Only time you see them mixing they food up is when they domesticate it. But if you go and you truly, truly study nature are mono eaters. Even if they eat multiple times a day, they're only eating one thing at one time. They're not eating multiple things at one time unless you domesticated them or the government domesticate them. Then you start seeing their diet starting to look like ours. So if you truly go study nature, that's how it goes. Even our carnivores, you see a lion track down a gazelle. Guess what it's eating for that day? That gazelle. It ain't go to the woods and go get some paprika. It ain't go and get no collard greens or no collards growing around. It showed him put it in a potting pan and put some grease in there and fry it. It ate it raw so it can get its phytonutrients from the blood. And that's the only thing it ate for that day. And then it slept it off. And then once that lion fully digested that mono meal, then it goes for another mono meal. And if you look at silverback primates, gorillas in the lower plains and in the mountains, they eat the same way. You see that? If they gonna go on a foraging glucose day, they ain't gonna eat nothing but grass. If they on fruits for that day, you'll watch them eat every berry they can. But guess what? It's only the berries. You won't see them mix. You will never see them mixing their food. You will never see no dye fasting or no poly fasting. It's always a mono eating, whether it's in fruits, whether it's vegetables, whether it's melons, or whether it's berries, or whether it's meat. They always mono eat. We're the only people that are not in sync with nature. And there's the facts. What you think about that, Bobby?
Man, that's true. That's true, man. And since I started mono eating, I'm learning that. Like the ease of this, the simplicity of this. This is what this all about. And then when you ain't gotta worry about what you eating all the time, it free your mind up to do so many other things.
You're right,
like the way I calculate information, the relationship with my kids, like everything you pay more attention to because you're not focused on eating all day.
Facts,
all these ingredients and cooking and all of that. So that's why I love this lifestyle. That's why I commit to it. And I just want to tell you, family, that like without your influence, and it's like because I've been knowing about the lifestyle, but when you brought it and I seen you sitting in your backyard meditating and you was talking about how we doing things wrong and how we supposed to be on our fruit, it clicked so much. And now that I'm here and I'm doing it, it makes more sense than ever.
All praises. All right, so look, we got a question for you. Somebody said, are you eating watermelons with seeds or with not seeds? And if you eating it with not seeds, if you eating your watermelon without seeds, you shouldn't be doing that, and why?
Well, I eat both. I eat mostly seeded, but if I can't get seeded, I get seedless. But for the most part, though, both of them been really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that discourages people, this seedless, non-seeded, and all of that. Like, people who talk about seeded fruits don't even grow fruits or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want watermelon with seeds in it and all that. I understand that it's the most optimal way of eating everything. But if you can't get it, watermelon without seeds still can heal.
Hey, so look, and I got a testimony on that, right? Because I used to be very, very against seeded foods, and I still am. I'm still against seeded foods. If you can't find, me personally, the point I'm at, if I can't find it seeded, I won't even eat it. But I will say this though, healing. If you healing, I don't want to get into the game where I'm saying I would rather eat a seedless fruit than a piece of meat. But hey, I would, you know what I'm saying? But it was this lady from Washington D.C. and she had triple negative invasive ductal breast cancer. And where she was at in D.C. did not have any seeded fruits, bro. But and I told her that she needed to go on an actual grape fast for 41 days. She mono fasted on seedless grapes for 41 days, bro. And we got rid of her triple negative invasive ductal breast cancer off of nothing but seedless grapes. So, for a person to ask, can you still heal on seedless grapes? And then the way seedless grapes is not really the way seeded watermelon is made either, though. But still, she healed on seedless grapes. And I'm not here promoting it because, again, I'm at the point in my life, if it ain't got seeds in it, I just rather not eat it. You know what I'm saying? But for people that's desperate and people that really want to heal and just get that eliminatory process going on, she did it on seedless grapes and it worked. And we see Bobby eating seedless and seeded watermelon, and he have healed himself from the things that what's going on with him as well. So I'm just saying, for those, to each his own. Me personally, I ain't with it, but hey, that lady went against what I said, brother, and because I told her don't do it. She did it anyway, bro, and no bull. 41 days later, bro, she didn't have no more breast cancer, and she did that on my geogenetic therapeutic package level 1 with an all seedless grape diet for 41 days. So I do still see healing testimonies on seedless.
And that's the most important thing. Like you said, you ain't promoting the use of seedless fruits, but if you can heal, you gotta use what you can use.
And that's basically what I'm saying. I'm saying that to say, everybody is not fortunate to have a fruit forest. Everybody's not fortunate to grow food like I grow food. Everybody's not fortunate to find, seeded fruits. So I get that. Me personally, I say, you find something. But for the people that's like, to hell with it, I can't find nothing, and I'm just gonna get seedless, I'm not finna be here judging you and talking down on you, because and what I notice is the main people that talk about seedless fruits or the people eating turkeys, hamburgers, pizzas, GMO meats, Beyond Meat. These the people that's eating stuff that you ain't supposed to be putting in your body anyway. So it's kind of like, how are you judging somebody from eating a seedless fruit diet that's monofast and healing their body when you just got done drinking a gallon of liquor and smoking cigarettes and eating chicken wings. So, you know, we just got to be very, very careful on how we judge people. That's what I'm going to say. Even though I'm against it, I'm not finna sit here and judge you. That's what I'm saying.
And that's all that matters. And like I say, I don't judge, because one thing about it is I just don't like to discourage people from healing themselves the best way they possibly can. And that's why I never promote, never not seedless fruits like that, because we've had people who said they've healed themselves off seedless fruits as well. So, like I said, I don't promote it, I just don't knock it.
Okay, well, that was a question. So they asked that, so we got that one. Now one says, is sugar baby watermelon GMO? I wouldn't say it's GMO, but I will say this. All watermelon, there's not one watermelon that you can find right now that is not hybrid. Every watermelon you eat is hybrid. Every watermelon. And this shows you that you can hybrid a food and it still have its seeds in it. Right now, the watermelon season is crazy. Everybody's eating seeded watermelon right now, and not one person have a actual organic original watermelon. Because if you had a organic original watermelon, you wouldn't even be able to eat it, because it doesn't have that much flesh in it. It have a bunch of what you would call fruit cartilage to it, and I will show you. And if you think I'm lying, let me just show you real quick. Bobby, if you want to holler at them real quick while I pull them up, an original watermelon.
I seen one of those watermelons too, though. They like all them little pockets.
I'm finna show one right now.
So I be getting the watermelon I get them real decent, man. So, and this is the time to do it. You got to like the middle of August to get the best watermelon that's gonna be available. And so that's why we got this washout coming for August, where people can get in there and get these last month in all good watermelon, all good melons, and get the best cleansing they can get on, man, with this hydration.
Facts. All right, so let me do this real quick. Hold on, I just want to screenshot if I can bring it up on the screen. That way, don't nobody think I'm lying about this, and we're gonna read this out as well. And I'm finna actually get a picture of it, so I can show them what it looks like. The original watermelon. It's original. Because people, you know, a lot of people think that they be knowing what they talking about, and they don't. So, and that goes for most of our bananas. You know, most of the bananas we eat are hybrid bananas. Most of the mangoes we eat are hybrid mangoes. Like, and I'm not even playing, half of the papayas. You know, half of the papayas we eat is most definitely hybrid. So all these things used to look different. Damn near 98% of the things that we call alkaline organic, which is still alkaline organic, is in fact a hybrid. So that's why I be very careful about basically talking about certain fruits and vegetables and things like that, because if you ain't into the study of things, you ain't gonna know. So check this out, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Where did it go? Hold on. So check this out, family. I'm pulling it up on my screen. Hold on, that's another one. That's from my last lecture. Here it goes. So check this out, family. Can you see that, Bobby? Is it on there?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so look, this is actually what original watermelons look like. They actually look just like pumpkins, except they was green. They look like green pumpkins. And to be honest with you, on the inside of them about 5,000 years ago, this little red pieces you see, they weren't even red. They was actually yellow. The original flesh of the watermelon is actually yellow, not red. And a lot of people are calling the yellow watermelon with seeds, GMO, and all this other stuff. That's actually the original watermelon if you look at it. So when you look at cucurbits foods, that's the actual botany name of it, cucurbitals. If you look at these foods, and it comes from cucumbers, all of these things or derivatives of cucumbers. Look it up if y'all think I'm lying. The inside of these was yellow. So that's what it looked like. It wasn't even enough flesh for you to even truly eat, family. That's what an original watermelon looked like. None of your watermelon look like that today. None of it. And we talking about 5,000 years ago. Let's pull up the actual information on this and read it, though. Let's pull up the info.
That's crazy, man. They look totally different.
Totally different. So key findings. Look, it talks about the remains of watermelon, mostly seeded, that dated from 5,000 years ago, have been found in northeastern Africa. And what's funny is we have a couple of so-called scholars that says the watermelons didn't originate in Africa when they actually did, though. It says the image of a large stripped oblong fruit on a tray have been found in Egypt and found in an Egyptian tomb that date back at least 4,000 years. And you look at them, man, this is how they looked. And y'all can actually Google a bunch of pictures of these things. They're super, super old, and you couldn't eat them like we eat today because they didn't have all that flesh. And then when you look on the inside of them, they actually was yellow. And then about 2,500 years ago, that's when they started hybriding them, and then you start seeing the red come up out of them. Mm-hmm. So if you want to really talk about watermelons are the great granddaughters of cucumbers. Don't that shit sound crazy, but it's the truth though. That's the truth.
Cucumbers are the truth, man.
Yeah, cucumbers are way more strong, and that's what we should do next, brother. We should do a cucumber fast. Cucumbers have way more electrolytes, way more water content, and way more minerals than and way more seeds than watermelons if you eat them right. I want to do it with the skin. We just gotta blend the skin too. And I was gonna ask you that next. Or you blending up your watermelon skin, because it's so many beneficial factors in the skin.
Yeah, I do it sometimes. I don't do it every single time because I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah, but you see that that taste is all the bioflavonoids. That's the good stuff in them.
So I have been doing it more lately because of the benefits, and I have realized that with that's what's getting my skin a little clearer.
Facts. Hey, my boy Plant Guy said watermelon is just a sweet cucumber. Facts, Plant Guy. That's all it is. Facts. Watermelon ain't nothing but a sweet cucumber, brother. Seriously.
Man. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that then, that cucumber next then.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, and we can do it together, brother. We can do it together.
Let's do it.
I'm all good, bro. All right, so do anybody got any more questions for Bobby? I'm going to be live tomorrow. Matter of fact, Bobby, make sure you give him your Facebook information, your YouTube. I see that you got a group that's like up to 12,000 now. Put all your information out there so they can follow you, man, and become a part of the Watermelon Washout.
Exactly, I love it. Bobby Smith on Facebook, Fruit Up with Bobby Smith Facebook group. We got like 12,000 members in there. A lot of people healing themselves. A lot of people doing a lot of healing inside that group. I got the Fruit Up with Bobby Smith Premium group. That's my monthly membership group. You get in there, you get consultations, you get a lot of information, you get monthly plans. And then we got the All Melon Washout going down August 1st to August 31st. You eat watermelon and all the melons all you want to all month long. And everybody get in there and heal themselves together in a private group. We go live every night like a card. $10 to join, and you can get the information off my Facebook.
And y'all, even though it's all melon washout, even if you mixing 80 different types of melons, that's still called monofasting. Because you sticking with one classification of a food. You see what I'm saying? Just like if you eat, if 80% of your diet is nothing but raw fruits, you're considered a fruitarian. You see that? If you consider raw, if 80% of your diet is raw, you still consider a raw eater if you don't cook your food under a certain temperature. So start getting into the scientific definitions of these things, and you will see why we throw certain titles out the way we throw them out, y'all. Daniel Harden said, so the ride of the watermelon is not harmful. No. In fact, the ride of the watermelon is what helps you with libido. That's what helps you with erectile dysfunction. Most of the healing constituents and the bioflavonoids is in there. I'm not saying eat it every single day. Of course, go after the flesh and go after the seeds. The most beneficial part of the watermelon is the seed, family. The most detoxification part of the watermelon will actually be the flesh of the watermelon. That's what's going to detoxify you. Most of the rebuilding part will be the ride and the seed, though. So if you want a rebuilder, that's seeds all day. That's the ride all day. But if you want to flush, you want to wash out, chelate the cells, that's most definitely the flesh of the fruit. So that's why I recommend you do eat the seeds as well. That way you detoxifying and rebuilding at the same time.
Yeah.
But some people just want to cleanse. Yeah, and most definitely, if you're gonna do the skin of the watermelon, blend it. You can blend it all together. Put you some homemade ice cubes in that deal, man. It tastes fire to me. Today,
especially if the watermelon flesh is sweet, the rind really ain't that bad.
Yeah, facts. And today I've been on watermelon juice and ginger. That hit different. Watermelon juice with ginger, boy, that hit super different. So that's what I've been on all day.
Do watermelon, lime, and ginger. A lot of people do lime and watermelon together.
Yeah. Lime and watermelon. Let's see what this person said. Courtney Ray said, I'm 115 pounds, but I have a few different health issues. Is it safe for me to do a watermelon fast due to me being so small? So if you already 115 pounds, how tall are you, Courtney? That would play a major role, because one thing we don't want you to do, because you can. So even though you can, let me say it like this. If your adrenals is not functioning properly and your bowels are structured, or you have a prolapsed colon and stuff like that, and you eating nothing but watermelon, it can be kind of dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Because you can become malabsorbed, or you can be malnutrition because you're not bringing it in. So we can't blame it on a watermelon. That's just basically the physiology and the biochemistry of your body and all the obstructions that you got going on from you having that poor habitual lifestyle that you was living. Once you actually fix the colon, once you fix the small intestines, and once you get your adrenal glands back online and you're able to utilize your minerals, you're able to utilize your amino acids, and you're able to utilize all the phytochemicals and phytonutrients, that's when you're going to start seeing the rebuilding factor. So me, I came literally from 260 all the way down to 131 to 134 within 2-3 weeks, y'all. It happened dramatically. I was crazy. But I realized the reason why I had got so small, because there was things wrong with my gut and my liver and my kidneys and adrenals. But the moment I started paying close attention to my kidneys and adrenals, and I got to clean out my gut, and I worked on my thyroid, and I got to work on my mesenteric muscles, and I strengthened up my gut area, that's when I started gaining weight back super, super fast on the same diet, though. So it all depends on what state that your body's in, what state and the integrity of your cells. So me, what I would tell a client that's 115 pounds, and let's say if you 115 pounds and you only 5'5", me personally, I would say mono fast a week on and week off. Go a week on all watermelons and then go another week on mixing all fruits together. You see what I'm saying? And never mix your melons with other fruits, because it creates a high alcohol content too, and that can be bad for the liver in the long run. So if you're going to eat melons alone. Eat them by themselves. You can go crazy on the melons, though. You can do cantaloupe melon. You can do honeydew melon. You can do watermelon. You can go cucumbers. You can mix all these together and have a big mixed melon salad. Just make sure you're eating nothing but melons, though. And I say do that. Do a melon. So do an all melon diet for a week, and then next week do nothing but other fruits for a whole week. Then go all back on the melon. That way you switching it out, and you're not just sticking to one fruit per se, and you're not losing two, because you already 115, and who knows how short you is. So it all depends on how you want to look at, how you want the world to look at you, and how you feel about your own weight. Me personally, I don't like being that small. I don't. So I don't be that small. I make sure I eat the adequate amount of food, and I mix up my ratios in a certain way if I can keep weight on me.
Mm-hmm. So I would ask her too, like, so what are you wanting to do the fast for?
She just said it. She said she had some ailments going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for that, I would say yeah, but switch it on and off, because now we having issues with people losing too much weight, or children losing too much weight, and now you got the allopathic community after you because they pushing this malnutrition movement. We've been seeing children getting took from them because they detoxing. Because they saying that they starving them, and so we just got to be very, very careful about what we telling people what to do. So I'm gonna always give you the long way out.
Definitely. So let me ask you this: so because in my melon challenge that I got going on, you think I should let cucumbers be allowed in there?
Definitely, brother. Cucumbers are melons, and cucumber is the most powerful melon on earth. It's more powerful than the watermelon, the honeycrest is more powerful than all of them. The honeydew, the cantaloupe, the cucumber is the main melon.
Facts.
So I most definitely would. So we got another question. They said, "What is your diet, Yahki?" My diet right now, I just got on an all fruit diet, an all watermelon diet. I'm watermelon fasting right now, but before that, 90% fruit, 10% vegetables. But I did go through a spell. Me and Jay, my manager, what we did was we were shooting the first episode to Food Forensic Investigation. And if y'all go back through my pictures, you can see how much weight I gained. If you look at how small I was and how big I am now I'm coming back down because I'm on a fast. But for 90 days, we ate nothing but grains for breakfast, grains for lunch, and grains for dinner, because we shooting an episode called Going Against the Grain, showing you how bad grains is for your actual body. So I got blood work every week. I seen how high my blood sugar went, glycemic index. I checked my thyroid. I see my T3 and my T4 went down. We literally checked and seen what it did to our bodies. That was a part of the investigation in the actual episodes to show y'all what grains actually do. So I did gain some weight due to that first episode. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the grains. And that's why I know so much about the grains, because I experienced the grains. That's why I can get up here and tell y'all spelt ain't good for you. Not only can you find this on Google, but you can find this through our analysis charts. You can find this through scholarly articles, how spelt still have gluten. So we went on a gluten fast where we ate a lot of gluten, y'all, and it messed our bodies up. We still coming down from that weight right now. So, every now and then we do like to do experiments on ourselves. Other than that, I would call myself a fruitarian, but I'm a cooked fruitarian. I'm not a raw fruitarian. And again, when you talk about fruitarian, we have to talk about fruits, getting to know your fruits. Quinoa is a fruit. You see what I'm saying? That's a fruit. Eggplant, that is a fruit. Tomatoes, that's a fruit. Your legume family, that's a fruit. Chickpeas, that's a fruit. These are called caryopsis fruits or leguminous fruits. You got achene fruits. All these fruits that y'all think are vegetables are actually fruit. So I need y'all to start really studying fruit. And then when I say I'm a frugivore, it'll be believable for you, because you will see how many things are fruit. And then people ask how I'm able to maintain my diet on these high fruits diets is because I know how to mix my foods in a certain way. And plus, genetically, my thyroid don't metabolize quick like everybody else's as well. And I'm glad it doesn't do that. So if you look at my family, all of my family, we able to maintain our weight a lot. That's just a gene I got. Thank God I got that gene. You know what I'm saying? I can gain weight real fast, but I can lose weight real fast too if I go on a diet like Bobby. So it all just depends on. So if you ask me, what my diet look like, it's constantly changing. But one thing I will never do is I will never eat grains unless it's teff. I would never eat grains. You would never see me eating carrots. You would never see me eating meat. You would never see me eating dairy products. I'm fully, other than honey, I would consider myself, in their words, to be a vegan. And I'm not an unhealthy vegan either. You won't catch me out here eating double stacked Beyond Burgers and all types of crazy shit either. So I'm pretty healthy, and I got a pretty healthy diet. I just learned what works for me because I've been doing this for going on 14, 15 years now. So I know what works for my body. And, I'm a biochemist and I'm strong in biology. I know how to keep my weight. So if you ask me what is my diet, I will say technically I'm a frugivore. I just cook my fruits too. And out of cook, I'm mostly raw. We go months and months raw, especially dealing with Danny. She's raw. So most of my foods are raw, but I will eat a cooked meal probably about once or twice a week. And that cooked meal consists of 90% fruits. The other stuff probably will be vegetables. And that's it. So that's my diet, family. And we created a what Yahki ate in a week video, and I'm going to put that up there for y'all can see. And that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that question. Any more questions for me or Bobby? What is your blood type? Woman, I ain't telling you my blood type.
Everyone to know it all, boy.
All right, somebody asks, what about adding salt and pepper? So we do salt fast sometimes. As long as it's sea salt. Do not do pink Himalayan salt. I've been seeing some new recent articles about that that's blowing my mind. But sea salt is cool. Just don't do too much sea salt. Sea salt dehydrates and draws out water, but sea salt is very, very alkaline, and sea salt dissolves the mucosa membrane. So if you add a little salt to your detoxification, it can be good. But say if you are highly diabetic, or you have hyperglycemia, or you hypertension, salt can be bad. So I would say stay away from sea salt altogether when you cleansing. But if you're not cleansing and if you're not detoxing, you can add sea salt to your diet. Just don't do too much, because sea salt is a conductivity of electricity. It is an alkaline mineral. It do hold a charge. And I mean, if you think about it, they call bowel salts. The body actually produces bowel salts, or what you would call sodium. And this is actually produced by the liver, and it is held by the gallbladder, because bowel salts actually break down fats, because again, it breaks down what you would call the mucosa membrane or the lymphatic system. So, I done seen people go on salt on saltwater fast, sea saltwater fast, and they have a lot of mucus get dissolved and come from out of their bodies. But again, we have to be very, very careful doing a one for all, because there's an art to healing and everybody needs something specifically different. Even though the fundamental principles of healing is the same, which is digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination. These are your basic fundamental practices. It's still going to be different, or the package and the diet will be different based off of each individual detoxification symptom, or what they call disease.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anybody got any more questions for Bobby? Somebody said, is the melon fast good for blood clots and heart issues? Not only yeah, but heaven and hell yeah. As I was speaking about in the beginning of this video, when you look at watermelons have a bioflavonoids that's high in tannins, and this bioflavonoid actually breaks up a coagulation or agglutination of blood, and it makes the blood thinner, for the blood can go out through the cardiovascular system with flow and with ease. Not only that, when you look into the seeds of the watermelon and specific parts of the flesh of the watermelon, it has high amounts of magnesium inside of it, and potassium, or what they call potassium. Potassium and magnesium relaxes the actual valves in the arteries and veins to allow the volume of blood to flow, at ease with inside of the molecular structure. So yeah, if you trying to get rid of any heart issues or any type of blocked arteries, watermelon flesh with the seeds is the way to go, family. It really is.
Facts.
What else we got? We got pickles. All right, pickles is a melon. It's just a fermented melon. I love pickles. It just depends on how you pickle it, because I don't believe in like all of that vinegar and stuff, because these things are super acidic to the body. But you can ferment and pickle your pickles in a way with water and a little bit of salt that will pickle it, with sea salt that will pick it the same way. That will literally pickle it and ferment it the same way, and you can have the best pickles ever. So pickles or cucumbers. Cucumbers is the ancestors of watermelon. So cucumbers is basically like the beginning of the genealogy when it comes to the melon family. It got high water content. It have a bunch of sodium content, natural sodium content in it. These are fructose foods with a bunch of seeds. Is very, very good for the body. The content of the water that's inside of the cucumbers is at a 99%. So it's amazing. And the skin have a bunch of nutritional values and factors in them too, if you blend it and break through the cellulose good. So yes, cucumbers, pickles are amazing. And when you pickle it, you ferment it. And when you ferment it, you actually bring on bifidobacterial, lactobacillus bacteria. And sometimes you get some good Candida albicans. So, fermented foods actually restores the gut and it plenifies the gut with all the bacteria you need to help you break down your food, so they can do their nutritional jobs as well. So I like pickles. What about you? Do you like pickles, bro?
I love pickles, man. I miss pickles right now so bad.
yeah. I make my own, man.
That's why I was going to ask. That's why I asked you about cucumbers for the melon washout, man. I've been missing cucumbers like
man. Jump on them cucumbers, bro. Jump on them. Really? So since you've been on watermelon, nothing but watermelon flesh so much, make sure when you get on the cucumbers, I want to talk about that too. Your fast when you break it, how you need to break it. Make sure that you go into cucumbers without the skin first, and then build up to the skin, because you ain't been on nothing but watermelon flesh, boy. Your stomach and your gut's gonna be like, hold on, because you've been so light. You've been so light when it comes to your food, brother. Like you have to be very, very strategic when you break your fast. Like for me, when I did my 120 days on nothing but juice, I broke my fast with mono fruits. Then after my mono fruits, I did that for about 5 days. I broke the mono fruits with a bunch of fruits. Then after a bunch of fruits, I did a bunch of fruits for I think like a week. I start doing watery vegetables. I did bok choy, I did romaine, I did watercress, stuff like that. Then after I got on the vegetables, that's when I started going to my kales and stuff, probably 14 days after that. And then 14 days after that, I had my first soup. And I got my first soup recipe for my eye. And man, that soup, the alkaline soup was good than a mother suckers. So then once I got on the soups, that's when I started, going back into like my TEF and, things like that, or what you would call the Dr. Sabi alkaline cook foods. And I was able to transition that way. But going from a mono fruit fast to the Sabian diet, you would kill yourself. Straight up. You would kill yourself because your body is so used to that light, less dense, energetic foods to densely compact your colon wall that quick, man. You can really die. It's a man that did that. He went on an orange and grape fast, and he broke his fast with a potato. Do you know that man died? He died, bro. Yeah, so we got to be careful about how we break our fast too. So that would be the transition.
Fact. And that's how I would do it anyway, because that's what I eat, all fruit anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a simple transition.
Facts. Y'all got any more questions before we get up out of here? I'm going to be live tomorrow, family. I'll be live tomorrow at 8:30, and I'll be live Wednesday as well at 8:30. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about hypertension, and we're going to go very, very in-depth on hypertension. It says, that went for you. She was talking about another Bobby.
Bobby Woodson.
Yeah, you seen that too?
Yeah. Oh, what are your plans for after 103 days? Same, like I said, break the fast and then get straight to something else.
All right, Bobby, they want to see your before and after pics. You got them all. They all across, just like y'all seen mine. He is all across his page too. What's crazy is me and him look the same size, bro, in our pictures. That picture of you in your car, you look the exact same size I was when I was standing up on that yacht in Miami.
268.
Yep, and I was 260.
That's crazy. And then I'm the same height as you too.
Yeah, see, that's why we is the same size. Cause look, when I did my juice fast, I was the same size you is right now.
Right.
No more, bro.
I promise, man.
So yeah, check out his Facebook. Give me your Facebook and all your information
Bobby
one
Smith,
more time.
Go to Bobby Smith Facebook, Fruit Up 13 on Instagram. Fruit Up with Bobby Smith on YouTube. I got a lot of interviews on there. A lot of times I'll be telling my story and everything. So Fruit Up with Bobby Smith, Facebook, YouTube, Fruit Up with 13 on TikTok and Instagram.
All right, so look, y'all, we going to say peace, love, light, and healing to y'all. It was good to introduce the brother Bobby Smith to the channel. He been following me for a long time. He done took the message, and I mean, he's really living out the teachings, y'all. So this shows you that this is possible. For anybody who want to see my healing testimonies, I see a lot of people been asking for them. All you have to do is go to Rumble. I cannot upload them on YouTube. That's why YouTube terminated my first channel for all the healing testimonies. It went against community guidelines, which means it went against, you know the name I'm not going to say. It went against them, so they snatched my channel down. We done built this channel back up to 165,000, and it's growing, and I want to be responsible enough for y'all to have this outlet to be able to look at me. But if y'all want to look at most of our stuff where it ain't gloves off, I'm going in deep. We talking about who we talking about. We calling out names. We showing healing testimonies from herpes. We showing it from breast cancers. We showing it from cervical cancers. We showing it from PV. We showing it from HIV. We showing it from liver cancer. I mean, all of that. Just go to my Rumble. Type in Yahki Awaken. It's a bunch of fake pages, but once you see how many followers I got and the views, y'all know that's me. Follow it, and we're going to start continuing to upload more healing testimonies on there. I'll be live tomorrow. For those that are interested in coming to the Met Philly, all you have to do is go on, let me pull that up for y'all real quick, family. Matter of fact, let me do that real fast. Let me do it real quick.
I'll definitely be in the building.
Yeah, man. Pop up on me, bro. Prop up on me, man. That'd be great to see you in the building, bro. It really would, man.
Indeed.
Let me show them this real quick. Yeah, man, it's gonna be amazing, man. And we having sound bowl healing there, brother. Sound bowl healing sessions. Nourish gonna have all her food there, so it's gonna be raw options. Anything you can name is gonna be there, brother.
Man, I know you be eating good, boy. I be seeing them meals over there, man.
Man, yeah, man. The wives be hooking me up, man. They cook for me real good, brother. All praises, man. All praises. Anybody need any type of herbs or healing modalities, make sure that y'all go to www.yakiawaken.com. You got all your herbs on here. Most definitely click on the education tab. Click on the Eat to Live page. We revitalized the Eat to Live page. I updated everything. See, let your food be your medicine. First off, I would like to give all praise and glory to the Most High. It says, for my deep passion in herbal medicine and my gift of healing hands. It also would be foolish for me not to acknowledge those who inspire me. Much honor and all praises to Dr. Sabi. Much honor and all praises to Dr. Layla Africa. Much honor and all praises to Dr. Max Garrison. Much honor and all praises to Dr. Robert Morris. These are all the ones that I came up under, all those who I learned from and who I experienced with and who I've got to personally, be tended to by them. So, go down, scroll through everything, look at everything I got going on here, y'all. You can just click on these and it shows you the mucusless green leaf and the arugula, bok choy, cabbage, collards, dandelion leaf, kale. You can go to dried or baked fruits. Because I love me cooked fruits, y'all. You got figs, dates, everything. You can go to electrical foods. Electrical foods pop up, show you what's electrical. And these are things we tested ourselves. So I didn't just put this up because it sounds good. I put this up because we tested these things ourselves. If I don't test it myself, I don't teach it. That's the difference between us and a lot of other teachers. We experience ourselves, family. And just go to eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com, type in Yahki Liberation Tour in Philly at the Met, buy your tickets. The VIP is completely sold out, family, but there are more tickets there. So, look, get in, man. I'll see y'all in Philadelphia this Sunday, family. And the next day we having a pop-up clinic where you can get your eyes read on the spot. We doing IV therapy on the spot. Anything that you need on the spot, we doing it. I'm bringing my whole healing team to Philadelphia. So we finna take over Philly for 2 days. So come out and see us. You got anything else to say to them, Bobby, before we get up out of here?
Man, no, just keep following the movement, family. Keep supporting. Keep hating too, because that's love too. You know what I'm saying? This is bringing more light to the movement, and all our people need to eat more fruits. I appreciate you, family, everything you do. I love you, man. And
I love you too, my brother.
Going forward, family.
Let's grow, man. Let's create a trust. Let's create a bond, my brother. I love what you're doing, man. Let's figure out a way to get you up in this, man. If you can be a part of this. Well, you already a part of this big movement, brother. Cause I can't even say that. You on the internet popping right now, boy.
Hey, let's keep it going, man. And that's the thing. This ain't gonna stop. It's about to get better. We got bigger and better things coming up for the near future and the long term. So it's getting bigger, man. That's all it's about.
All praises. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace. Make sure y'all click on Eventbrite. Get them tickets. I'll see y'all in Philly. And we giving away tickets at the door, too. So come check us out. Come check us out. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let me clean the space before I get up out of here. Clean the space real quick. Everybody be asking me what I'm burning. This is Palo Santo, and this is Sage. I'm not in here doing, no type of crazy seances and no type of crazy spells, y'all. I'm just cleaning the frequencies and basically elevating the vibratory frequencies of this here room. So look, I love y'all guys and goddesses. Peace, earths. Peace, guys. I see y'all tomorrow at 8:30, man. I got an amazing presentation for y'all. So we're going to go hard every day this week until it's time for me to go to Philly, and then I'm going to see y'all in Philly. All right, peace.
Beautiful. Fruit up.